Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Sportscaster Dan podcast. Major League Baseball is one step closer to expansion. In fact, you can say they're now two steps closer to expansion because of the big announcement in St. Petersburg, Florida, that Tampa Bay is going to build a new ballpark on the site of the current ballpark. They're going to build it a little bit, to the left of the ballpark where the current ballpark is, but it's going to be part of an overall development. This is a fascinating story on several fronts. What it means now is that Major League Baseball has settled the ballpark issues surrounding Oakland and Tampa Bay. And the Commissioner Rob Manfred, had said until those two ballpark situations were settled, there would not be any conversation about adding two more teams. Why does baseball want to add two more teams? Because that's an additional $4 billion in the coffers of the current owners of the other 30 teams. They would divvy up $4 billion, $2 billion for each expansion team. And so 2 plus 2 still equals 4, even in today's world. $4 billion to be divided among the 30 owners to bring about the 32-team major leagues. And, well, it's going to happen now, and it's going to happen because the stadium issues are settled. Don't kid yourself, because you're being told by these people in Oakland that the team still has a chance to stay in Oakland. The Athletics are gone. If the Athletics could be out of Oakland after this season, they would be. But they have one more year remaining on the lease in the Oakland Mausoleum, 2024. Like I said, if they could be out of there after this season, they would be, even if it means playing in a 12,000-seat ballpark in Las Vegas, where their AAA affiliate is currently located. They want out of Oakland, and the owners are going to vote the team out of Oakland. Now, there's a report, I think, in one of the Las Vegas journals that the owners are going to meet in mid-November to vote on the moving of the ball club out of Oakland to Las Vegas. I mean, that's the conversation anyway. And let me tell you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen because the commissioner wants a team in Las Vegas, and baseball wants out of Oakland. It never really, it had obviously in Oakland, they did have a rabid fan base, but it was a small fan base. They had some success in the early 70s under Charles Finley, the owner, and then they had some success in later years under different ownership, but it's never been consistent, and the attendance has never been consistent. We're always sold by the ardent fans in Oakland who want the team to be kept there, and that includes the media, particularly two people in the media who I do have respect for, except for how they're covering this particular story, because they're too involved, but we'll let that go. There never really has been this massive following of the Oakland Athletics. They've been up and down, yes, they do have a following, but it hasn't been this massive following, and so baseball wants out of Oakland. And as I said, they would leave Oakland after this season if they could. And this pipe dream that when Major League Baseball does expand, perhaps Oakland can get one of the expansion teams, that is a pipe dream. Repeat, the Oakland Athletics are done after the 2024 season, if not sooner. They're going to be out of Oakland, and they might even be out of California while that other ballpark is being built in Las Vegas. But the owners are going to approve the moving of the Athletics to Las Vegas. They are going to approve, and then that ballpark will get constructed in Las Vegas. It's going to happen. Whether it's 2027 or 2028, the Oakland Athletics will be the Las Vegas Athletics in that ballpark, either 2027 or 2028. And now the Tampa Bay Stadium issue is settled. So it will not surprise me, as I wrote in my Sportscaster Dan newsletter, which you can subscribe to. The newsletter is published on Tuesdays, 6 o'clock in your mailbox, Eastern Time. As I wrote, it would not surprise me if the commissioner announces the creation of an expansion committee at the baseball winter meetings, if not sooner, because baseball wants to expand while the economic climate is still durable. So you will see two more teams added. I issued a Dan plan a while ago where you could take the 32 teams and divide them up into 4 leagues. And I think the commissioner might use the expansion as an excuse to do just that, to do away with the American League and the National League as we know it. Why do we have the American and National Leagues now? You really don't need that anymore. It's an archaic system. You don't need the American League. You don't need the National League. You've had interleague play, and now each team plays every other team at least once in a season. So why not create a system? I did, where I had a 4-division league, or one league made up of 4 smaller leagues or smaller divisions of 8 each, and you could devise a system where you have playoffs. And you also recognize the history of the past. You can have a Roberto Clemente division, a Jackie Robinson division, a Babe Ruth division, a Hank Aaron division. Call it what you want. The American League, National League concept is totally outdated, and when they add 2 more teams, and they will add 2 more teams, when they add 2 more teams, it's going to be outdated even more. So this is a big story. The fact that it's going to happen now in Tampa Bay, in St. Petersburg. The Rays are going to get their new ballpark as part of an overall development. It's going to be exquisite. And the owners are going to approve the moving of the Oakland Athletics to Las Vegas. It's going to happen. The owners want out of Oakland. The commissioner wants out of Oakland. And more importantly, they want to be in Las Vegas. They want to be in Las Vegas because of why? Because of legalized gambling. That's why. You think about how everything has changed, the sports climate, how it used to be no betting allowed. You would see the signs. You look at the pictures of the old ballparks, the sign behind home plate, the sign on the scoreboard, no betting allowed. Now, for goodness sakes, they're building sports books in these ballparks. It's incredible. And baseball wants to be where the action is. Where is the action in Las Vegas? The NFL is in Las Vegas. Baseball wants to be in Las Vegas. Soon the NBA is going to be in Las Vegas. The WNBA is already in Las Vegas. The NHL is in Las Vegas. And don't be fooled by this notion advanced by the people in Oakland. There are particularly 2 members of the Oakland media who I have tremendous respect for and how they cover most stories except this one. They're too involved in this story. Don't buy this stuff that they're advancing. Well, Las Vegas can have an expansion team. They don't want an expansion team in Las Vegas. Besides, they want out of Oakland. Repeat, the owners, the commissioner want out of Oakland. And then this notion, maybe Oakland will get an expansion team. That's not going to happen. Even if the Bay Area might be big enough for 2 major league teams, although that's very questionable. It really is. But baseball wants to move into other areas. Nashville. They might want to return to Montreal. Charlotte. Salt Lake City wants to be part of the conversation. That's where baseball wants to go to spread its wings even more across the country and even back into Canada. I really believe they would love to put a team back in Montreal. And if done the right way, a team will succeed in Montreal. In a new ballpark, obviously. You've got to build a new ballpark. But Oakland is gone. The Athletics are out of there. And as I repeat myself, I will say it one more time. If baseball could be out after the 23 season, after this season, they would be. But it's a groundbreaking day for baseball because they're on the verge of settling the Oakland Stadium issue when they have that vote in November, more than likely. And they're going to get that new ballpark in Tampa Bay. So don't doubt me. This commissioner will be announcing very soon at the winter meetings, if not sooner than that, the formation of an expansion committee. Baseball will add 2 more teams. And I will say this to the minor league players, AAA, AA, hang in there. Hang in there because obviously they will need more players to grow the game. So don't give up your dream. Stick it out because baseball will add 2 more teams. The owners are about to have a big payday. Big payday. And you're going to see 2 more teams. One of them won't be in Oakland. the A's will be moving to Vegas, and the Rays will get their new ballpark. That's going to do it for the Sportscaster Dan podcast. As always, thanks so much for following the podcast. We are in all of the major podcast directories, and be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. Go to sportscasterdan.com.